Assalamu alaikum students. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to PSS online video class. Let me introduce myself. I am your English language teacher Shamid Rahman from Campus 1 Standard 6. Let's start our video. So today we're going to learn about past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense. So the past perfect tense represent two works which were occurred in the past. That means there will be two incidents in one sentence which will represent two works of a past tense. Okay, so the second or the later action follows the past indefinite tense. That means there will be a past simple past tense and a past perfect tense. So let's see with the structure and example so that we can clear up the concept. So the structure goes on like this. First of all, there will be subject, then had. Had is our auxiliary verb or helping verb. Then verb. Verb will be in the form of past participle form, that is V3, and the rest of the sentence. Let's see the example. In this example, event A in the event that happened first, and event B in the second or more recent event. Let's see the table. Event A is saying John had gone out, and event B, when I arrived in the office. So the sentence goes on like this. John had gone out when I arrived in the office. That means in event A, it happened first, and the event B, it happened more recently. The other examples like event B, when they arrived, remember event A, we had already started cooking. That means this happened first. We had already started cooking, and the recent one when they arrived. So these two incidents are this happened in the past, but the incident held in different timing. The first one which happened, it was event A, which will be in past perfect tense, and that happened the beginning will be in past indefinite tense, that means in simple past tense. Let's see another example. Event B, he was very tired. In event A, because he hadn't slept well. Okay, now let's see the next slide. When we use past perfect tense to show that an action happened before something else in the past. For example, she stayed up all night because she had received bad news. So this says that to show that action happened before something else in the past, that time we were going to use past perfect tense. Another example, we had studied Italian before you moved to Rome. So you had studied Italian before you moved to Rome. Before you went to Rome, you had already studied Italian. That means the action happened before something happened in the past. Another point to show that an action happened before a specific time in the past. For example, she had established her company before 2008. Another example, he had never played football until last week. So the last example, as you can see, this one is in negative form. So you can easily say that how to use a negative sentence in past perfect tense. Another example, I had fallen asleep before 8 o'clock. So this is when you use past perfect tense. Now let's see past perfect continuous tense. So the past perfect continuous tense, which is also known as the past perfect progressive tense, shows that an action that started in the past continued up to until another time in the past. The past perfect continuous tense is constructed using this structure: subject plus had been plus verb in present participle form, that means root, verb in root form, and the plus ing plus etc. For example, she had been studying in the library before he had came to the class. Now, if we make past perfect continuous into negative form, how will be its structure? So the structure will be like this. To make the past perfect continuous tense in negative form, use this formula: had plus not, then been. That means place not in between had and been, and then present participle form of the verb. Example: I had not been studying English for very long before I moved to America. Now, if we make past perfect continuous tense into question type, then the structure will be like this. Had, we will place the auxiliary verb at the first of the sentence, then subject, then been plus present participle. That means verb with the ing. Example: had you been waiting long when he arrived? Question mark. Had she been speaking for a while when they showed up? Now, when we use past perfect continuous tense, so when describing an action that began in the past and continued to another point of the time in the past. For example, we had been walking for 5 miles before we noticed we forgot my little brother. Another one: Stephanie hadn't been working for 13 minutes when the robbers entered the bank. Had you been waiting long when the bus arrived? So this is the example by which you can easily notice that where to use past perfect continuous tense. Another point: when describing the cause and effect of something from the past. For example, grandma was tired because she had been watching the kids all day. Another example: Terry was bored because he had been typing for 4 hours. Another one: he did well on his exam because he had been studying for months. Alright, so you have noticed that in past perfect continuous tense, most of the sentences will carry the timing duration and they will be uses of for and since. You already know where to use for and since. So that's all. Keep practicing at home and do lots of exercises. Thank you.